Hi guys, it's Blackie. Okay, today I want to answer a couple of questions that were asked about the blackbird and the nighthawk sack working together. And yes, there's a little bag on the bottom. That's the prototype for the new sustainment bags that I'm going to be calling Sparrowhawks. I'm working them out. That's just a proof of concept. The later refinement will be bigger and better, and I'll do a video about that a little later. But what we were talking about is on one of the social media platforms, someone posted a picture of the Nighthawk with the pad that makes the frame on it, and talking about how they were using a Alice pack frame with them, and said it makes a perfect ground blind chair. And so could I talk about that a little bit? Sure. That's one of the reasons I designed it this way, to be as versatile as I could. So here you see it with the Blackbird haversack in place. Okay, it doesn't flop around, doesn't move. Notice that when you're looking at me head on, the pack disappears. I wanted a narrow, tall profile. It fits about from my hips up. I'm 5'10", 200 pounds. That gives you an idea. Okay, so let's talk about how we can use this as a ground blind, and let's talk about alternate ways to attach the haversack. Okay, let's do that. Okay, first off, you grab the quick disconnect on the Alice strap, swing it up, drop it off the shoulder. Now, I'm going to open up, I'm going to unhook, flip the pack out of the way, the haversack out of the way, reach in and immediately pull out of the tube. There's my sitting pad. Now I'm just simply going to roll this back down like 2 turns, flip the haversack back up into place like that, come over the top with the 2 flaps and click it. That secures the haversack in place so it doesn't fly. Now I put it up against the tree. I move my straps out of the way, just like this. Now right here at the base of it, I put the pad. Let me adjust the camera. Okay, now with the pad, lengthways or widthways, either way, we're going to do lengthways. Come down, sit down, put the haversack to the back, and lean back. Now I could sit here with my gun for a ground blind, right? So I can just sit up and engage. I'm not in any way detrimented right here. Comfortable, easy to lean back. I can take a rest like this. I can take a siesta like this. I can pull the haversack up and act like a pillow at the nape of my neck. All if I want to. Okay, how can I make it one better? Well, I take that sitting pad, open it up, put that pad down to sit on. Now I stuff this pad full of pine straw, like this, or some other leaves or whatever, handy, like that. Push it down in there, Velcro it back closed, put it out even further, and now when I sit down, it's all the way to the back of my calves. So if I'm on wet ground, I can do that. I can also turn it sideways right there and do like that and sit on my ankles and keep my legs dry, my butt dry, just like that. So I can sit down on relatively wet ground and still be dry. I can lean back and rest, take a little nap. Like I said, I can roll the haversack up at the base of my neck against the tree and lean back and be fully reclining and relaxing. Simple and easy to use it as a ground blind or just a quick rest on the trail. Now when I get done, put it back and it slides back in just as easy. Dump out the pine straw, reinsert the core. The core is waterproof as well. Roll the haversack toward me, unhook, and then put it back in. Hook in one corner, push down, hook in the other corner, like that. Slide it down into the pack. You grab that inner flap, you can guide it in a little easier, just like that. Okay, the sustainment pouches that we're developing right now, and this is the cheap, quick prototype I made up for a proof of concept, will be a little bit longer than this, and they will attach from web loop to web loop on here. This is just attached with paracord, but there'll be other ways to attach it real easy. And it will be a simple roll top bag, just like the Nighthawk. So you just roll it over, pull it around, and secure. Simple, easy, stupid easy. I like that. This will come off and become a belt bag. It'll be your sustainment pouch to add extra food, extra gear, whatever to take along, that I can add or remove from the pack whenever I don't need it. Now, back to, I've had several people say how they love the system, but at the same time, they think it's a little too fiddly to attach the haversack to the rucksack with that tube I got back there. Okay, let me explain my mindset there. There were well over 1,000 of the bags that Jason Hunt made for me that was the Mark I Blackbird. And they are slightly different than this one. This is the Mark II design, or the Mark III actually, because we went to the nylon webbing now. And so that tube is so that all the Blackbirds all the way across the board, from the very first day to present, fit this rucksack, okay? The Mark II and III had this carry handle up here. The Mark I did not, okay? If you don't like that, it's a little too fiddly to do that, you want to have a different way to put it on, let me show you a different way to put it on. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to take your strap and you're going to tuck it up under the flap. I don't care either side. Just pull it to the side, fairly snug, open up, and stuff it down into the haversack. Get it out of the way. Now, you're going to take that carry handle, and I take the strap. You're going to go to the Alice pack straps with a quick disconnect. You're going to yank. You're going to take those two straps. You're going to take your shoulder strap, go through that, just like that. Bring it back down and reattach. No more looping or anything else. You can just simply do this, but you can only do it with the Mark II and the Mark III. The Mark I doesn't have that carry handle and you can't do it. Now, come around here. You open up the rucksack, the Nighthawk. You fold the Alice, you fold the haversack up and over, and then you come over the top with the closure for the rucksack. That holds her right there in place and you're good to go. That keeps it from flopping side to side. So now you have a quick way to take the haversack off. All you got to do is snatch this, unhook, and pull it straight off. 2 links. How easy is that? So the question of, like, is there a way I can put it on there and take it off without having to lace through that tube? Yes. Using the carry handle and the quick detach Alice pack strap. I do that quite often actually when I'm going to be transferring quickly. The whole mindset of this system is that, and I'll be doing a video about this in the near future, talking about the core, okay? This is your core of your camp right here. This should be the things I'm going to carry every time. The haversack is my 10C, so to speak. I'm carrying them every time. See, the idea was once I get to camp, I'll take the haversack off, I'll take the core of my camp out of here, and this is an empty bag, and that way I can just put on my haversack and then walk around with it. They're combined together en route. But once I get there, they're going to separate. The rucksack's going to be hooked to the tree and become the whole box crab. It might be my food bag I pull up in a tree, right, to get away from bears or varmints. The haversacks are going to be hanging on me or with me, so I can detach them quickly. By making the fast attachment points on the sides, on the bottom, etc., I can add other accessories. Now what we're in development of is the sustainment pouches, because it's your same camp in the summer and the winter. The difference is time and distance and temperature. So I'm going to be out more than 3 or 4 days. I'm going to be out a week. I need sustainment pouches to hook to the outside to carry extra food. The core gear is the same cook pot, the same everything else. I just simply need more food. Those of you that wanted something to carry a water bottle in, these would attach to the side and become a sleeve to put a water bottle into, quick and easy, okay? At the same time, these loops allow me to hook axes, shovels, other pieces of gear, and hook it directly to it with a soft shackle or carabiner, or simply lace it on there and tie it, and have a quick, easily accessed part. The haversack and the sustainment pouch comes off, which I'm going to call the sparrowhawk. I like hawk. I'm using hawk for all the names if you didn't catch, you know, my little thing. The sparrowhawk will come off and go on your belt, if you want, become a gathering bag. So I can take it as a separate bag, pull it off of here if it's not being used to carry food or whatever, and be able to use it as a gather bag, a tender bag, a whatever bag. Why am I out here bag? Are we collecting nuts or whatever, you know, for the go home make pies or whatever? I've got a bag I can gather with and put on the outside of the bag, see, so it doesn't get crushed. It's also the consumables go into this bag. Things like that. Things I'm going to use and then they're gone. See, that way when that bag's empty, it wads up small and goes in the bottom of the rucksack. Doesn't take up any space. With the pad coming in and out that also acts as a frame, as you saw, it becomes a seat. So I want to just take a little quick siesta. You know, we're not done, but man, I just want to eat and sit down a minute, you know. I can pull that out, sit that down, sit the rucksack against the tree, use it as a backrest, kick my legs out, sit there and cook on my little Trangia or whatever, eat, pull a hat down, take a nap. I can roll the haversack up here and tuck it under my neck like a pillow if I want to take a more sustainable siesta and sleep a little bit. I can do it sitting there on the ground. As a ground blind, I can find a good place like, man, right here, 4 or 5 different deer trails come together right here. I can pick a good place, sit down, use that, lean back, and this is quiet material. It don't make a lot of noise, see? So I can shift or whatever. I can sit there cross-legged with my gun, wait for a deer or some other creature, a hog or whatever, to walk by. If I found a good place. Same thing if I'm gonna fish. I can put this and lean this back and be able to sit there and watch my pole. See? The lazy woodsman, always thinking of a way to do it the most efficiently and the least effort. So I learned from my granddaddy how to be a lazy woodsman and carry something to sit on, carry something to lean back on, carry something you can take a nap with. With the attachment this way, just use the carry handle, one strap, you're good. Quick and easy. That's the way I came up with the system. What's next? We're developing the pouches, and what's next after that? The big bag that goes underneath the bottom for, remember, wind and temp. Wind, time of the year, winter. Now I've got to have that big, bulky sleeping bag, that big down bag that isn't very heavy, but man, it's, you know, something I can put on the bottom of this to put those big, bulky jacket, that big, bulky, you know, sleeping bag in and carry it in the winter and attach a web belt to this. I've already got that incorporated. You just don't know it yet. But I'll show you how a web belt goes on this. Does it fit on an Alice pack frame? Yes, it does. It fits on just fine. The straps and everything hooks to it. So if I want to go up into a heavy load and I need a frame, I can pick up a surplus Alice pack frame and put on it. I don't need a frame. I'm just doing a light little weekend. I can strip it down to a lightweight, all in one system. That's the Blackbird system that I'm trying to develop for a complete unit. So I thank again the individual who posted on the social media showing it being used as a lazy back for a deer hunt. You know, and said, why don't we talk about this? and asked me to talk about it. Here we go. Hope you enjoyed this content, guys. There'll be more information coming soon. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.